Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate participates in the 25th Conference of UN Framework Convention on Climate Change in the Spanish capital, Madrid. The Sultanate and Iran stress on the significance of bilateral consultations between both countries. And the Authority for Electricity Regulation reviews the best international practices to introduce electric cars in the local market. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Excellency Mohammed bin Salem At-Toubi, Minister of Environment and Climate Affairs, leads the Sultanate's delegation to the 25th Conference of the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, which is held in the Spanish capital, Madrid, from today till 13th of December 2019. The event is meant to take appropriate steps for the Convention of Directive Principles to implement Paris Accord in the 24th round of the parties' conference in Poland last year, to reach the main goal of completing issues of this accord.
The new European Commission is in office since now. The new European Commission will...
His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, met in Tehran His Excellency Mohammad Jawad Zarif, Iranian Minister of Foreign Affairs. Both countries confirmed the significance of bilateral consultations in addition to promoting bilateral relations in different fields. They also exchanged views on recent regional developments and international issues. The Ministry of Legal Affairs, in cooperation with Omani British Lawyers Association, organized a workshop in the Omani law. The workshop highlighted a number of topics related to laws, legislations, and legal regulations. The workshop also highlighted the legal system in the Sultanate. It as well studied and dwelt drafts of the international treaties and agreements that the Sultanate signed. It as well reviewed contracts that entailed financial obligations. The workshop also reviewed the drafts of the royal decrees, laws, regulations, and ministerial decisions that are presented by various governmental units. The activities of the opening ceremony were presided over by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Mohammed Al-Saidi, Minister of Legal Affairs. Taking speedy measures in adjudication cases and implementing judgments issued in acceptable deadlines or dealiness in a manner that enhances confidence of the litigants in judiciary, confirmed by His Honorable Sheikh Dr. Ishaq bin Ahmed bin Nasser Al-Busaidi, Chairman of the Supreme Court, Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Judiciary Council, while heading the annual round of judiciary inspection members. The meeting included a visual show on the proceeds of the judicial inspection achievements during the last judicial year, in addition to review complaints presented to the administration and the procedures taken on them, besides proceeds of the inspection of their eminence, the judges of the appeal and first instance courts, and the conducted procedures on developing performance and unified the judiciary work. The Authority for Electricity Regulation, during a press conference, reviewed the best international practices to introduce electric cars in the local market in the Sultanate. A number of specialists and experts from inside and outside the Sultanate took part in the conference. They discussed the readiness of the authority to adopt the project and provide suitable infrastructure for it. The authority, and during the press conference, discussed recommendations and proposals related to introducing electric cars in the Sultanate. The authority expressed its readiness to adopt and support this advanced technology. It as well expressed its readiness to provide electrical vehicle charging stations in various governorates of the Sultanate in the future. Still to come in our news bulletin. The House of Expertise and Integrated Business Projects starts an initiative at Sultan Qaboos University. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Royal Army of Oman, represented by Firaq forces, implemented a practical exercise with the attendance of a number of senior officers and officers of the Sultan's armed forces, besides other security bodies. The exercise took place at the military training fields of the Royal Army of Oman in Dhofar Governorate. The implementation of such exercises comes within the framework of continuous training plans pursued by the Royal Army of Oman to maintain readiness and training efficiency of its personnel in order to achieve the desired objectives in the service of the country. The exercise was held under the auspices of Major General Matar bin Salim al-Blushi, Commander of the Royal Army of Oman. The delegation of National Defense Corps at the Kingdom of Bahrain visited the National Defense College. The delegation was briefed about the college's facilities and modern preparedness. They also toured the college departments and halls, which designed according to the best educational system, training, assistance, and multi-purpose electronic network systems. The Bahraini delegation also paid a visit to the Maritime Security Center. During the visit, they were briefed about the tasks and roles played by the center, which are represented in management leading maritime operations, including search and rescue, as well as preserving the marine environment from dangers. The delegation also got acquainted with the latest equipment and devices used in the maritime security field. Royal Oman Police, with the collaboration of the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol, organized a BioSafe workshop, which aims mainly at building human capacities and promote their readiness in the field of combating biological incidents. The workshop also aims at promoting cooperation in the field of combating such crimes, as well as knowledge and experience exchange in relevant fields. The workshop included sessions with a number of experts from biosecurity field, and the Interpol presented their experiences on dealing with biological incidents and the proper procedures when dealing with such incidents. The Sultan Qaboos Academy for Police Sciences received a new batch of recruits who have met the requirement criteria for joining the Royal Oman Police. They will undergo a number of training programs that will qualify them to be able to perform their tasks and duties efficiently, as well as to serve the dear country. These studies in the academy include law, police sciences, first aid, and a number of practical applications. The employment is part of ROP's continued plan to recruit citizens. The new recruits stress that they will do their best to serve their country and its citizens. The National Museum signed a memorandum of understanding on enhancing the cultural and museum fields with the National Historical Museums of the Democratic Republic of Nepal. The MOU aimed to instill initiatives of cooperation between both sides that related to developing the cultural and museum activities of common concern and strengthen the relations between both sides through joint cooperation represented in exchanging expertise and providing specialized consultation services, and confirms enhancing social cooperation and mutual understanding of cultural civilizations of both countries. In order to make it easy for citizens to accomplish their real estate transactions, the Ministry of Housing signed an agreement to open a real estate office at the headquarters of Bank Muscat. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
The Ministry of Housing and Bank Muscat signed an agreement to provide registration and real estate documentation services.
It's our pleasure today to announce that Ministry of Housing will launch another office for real estate registry with Bank Muscat head office to make it easy for the transactions in all the real estate documentary, and we hope this will make it easier for the people to finish all their transactions.
As per the agreement, a real estate registry office will be opened at Bank Muscat's main building in Airport Heights to offer documentation services for activities such as buying and selling real estate, mortgage, land received as gifts, partition, inheritance, and other real estate transactions applicable in the Ministry's one-stop station.
This initiative is going to help both of us, the ministry as well as the Bank Muscat, for having the facility to help the clients of Bank Muscat as well as the rest of people to do their transactions of selling, of mortgaging the lands and buildings and the services over there within the office, within the Bank Muscat building.
The agreement complements the vision of the Ministry of Housing to facilitate completing real estate transactions through opening new outlets for land registry in various locations, which contributes to promoting social and economic development of the country. Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
Sarh Al-Jamia Private School was officially inaugurated today at Sultan Qaboos University. It is an initiative of the House of Expertise and Integrated Business Projects, which is considered an investment pillar for the university. The school was inaugurated by Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bint Ahmed al-Shaybaniya, Minister of Education. The school is located in the university campus, commenced its activities in September 2019. It targets first grade till third grade primary school students, and it will be extended every year to include up to 12th grade. The school has a diverse team of professionals with wide experience in various fields and applies Cambridge curriculum that is allocated for 5 to 19-year-old students in order to provide them with a comprehensive academic experience which will boost their passion for exploration and problem solving, learning, and to develop their skills and capabilities. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main headlines once again. The Sultanate participates in the 25th Conference of UN Framework Convention on Climate Change in the Spanish capital, Madrid. The Sultanate and Iran stress on the significance of bilateral consultations between both countries. And the Authority for Electricity Regulation reviews the best international practices to introduce electric cars in the local market. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.